Hey everybody, it's Tommy with a better time, and I'm still on All Things Seiko Friday. This next watch is really, I don't know, it's one of the bargains I think that we've got in here for Seikos. It really is. This watch is, it's fairly beefy. It's a 37.5 with a lug-to-lug of 43. And you know how you always say that's the width without including the winding crown? Really never matters with Seiko. Seiko sort of buries the winding crown, especially on their automatics. It's almost like they expect you to set the time and then never touch it again because they're really kind of almost recessed. You know, they stick out, but not very much. This is another with one of those just gorgeous blue dials. This is a day date, and this is very unique. Usually when you depress the winding crown, it's going to change the day, right? So the number, not the day, I'm sorry, but the date. The number is going to change, and then you've got to go through and, you know, advance the minute and the hour hand. This is one of the models that Seiko did where you can, when you depress this, let me see if I can do this for the camera, but when you depress this, it's going to change both. It's going to advance the day and the date. Which makes it really, really convenient for, which I thought was a great feature. They didn't do it enough, in my humble opinion, but it's a great way to be able to change the date. It'll advance the both of them, and then obviously, if all you were trying to do is advance one of them, you can back the thing up. But very, very convenient if the watch has been sitting. It is an automatic movement. I believe this is one of the 17 jewels. Most of the ones that they do are 17. Yeah, this is a 17 jewel. Again, it has that really beautiful dial with silver hands and silver indices. Very, very clean, beautiful dial. Case is in good shape. Now, this is an original Seiko band, and it has the Seiko name there on the clasp. Now, people, this is a Jubilee style bracelet, and it's a unique one to Seiko. If you're a Seiko fan, you know that this is kind of a unique Jubilee style bracelet. And by Jubilee, I mean that's actually it's a Rolex term, but instead of having the what would be like the dive watches you see with the very big beefy center links, the center links in this are made up of 3 different smaller links. So you've got these on the outside, and then the center is made up of 3 separate links, and it's very much like a chain almost. And because of that, we get some pretty vicious band stretch anytime we see these. I've seen way worse. I really have. Sometimes you see it and it's down here, but it's still a solid bracelet, but the price of this reflects the band stretch. A lot of people will take these and try to tighten them up. I don't. And the reason is, and by that what I mean, people, is the insides of these are pieces of metal that come together to hold the thing in place. There are people that will go in and try to tighten those. You can do that, once you buy it, it's your watch. I would not recommend doing that, because when you start bending on that metal, especially considering that this has been, wearing back and forth on itself since the 70s, when you start bending on that to try to tighten the metal, there's a really good chance you're going to snap one of those, and then you're done. Then the bracelet is basically worthless at that point. Very difficult to find just that piece. The good news is it's a very good size bracelet, and once this is on a wrist, you're not going to really notice that that band stretch anyway. Now, when I say this is a good size bracelet, I mean this fits me, people. And as you can see, once it's on the wrist, the band stretch is really not an issue. But as I said, and I put that on my right hand because I obviously always have a watch on the other hand. The price reflects this. We've got this listed at $225, and as always, you can make us an offer. But for that dial, an automatic day date vintage watch in the shape that this is in, people, where are you going to get something like that for this kind of money? So if you're a Seiko fan, you could do a whole lot worse than this line right here. The automatic day date is just really a workhorse. These things will keep really good time, and they'll do it for eternity if you take care of them. It's a great movement. It's a great company. I'm sorry if you're a it has to be Swiss watch snob. It's a shame, because you're missing out on some really incredible watches. Seiko is a great brand, and the beautiful thing about Seiko is, number one, the prices are really going up. I mean, I remember when you could get Pogues for, a couple of $100s. Now you're seeing them, north of $1,000. Or the Bruce Lee was a couple of $100. Good luck finding a Bruce Lee now for a couple of $100. But Seiko's becoming very collectible because it gives people an opportunity to get a really good mechanical watch of a vintage, of a vintage era, and get in on a price that used to be really, really cheap. They're still very reasonable, but the days of swapping up $25 Seiko automatics, those days are over, and that's not such a bad thing. They're worth more than that. So, beautiful Seiko day date, 17 jewels with a blue dial and an original band. So it's $225. You can make us an offer. I'm Tommy with a better time, and we will see you on the next watch. God bless.